I got a ridiculous video for you guys today. I was watching a video about Gary Yourofsky destroying a interviewer. At the end of it, he is just like, well, Hitler was a vegetarian. Hitler was a vegetarian. You know that? This Nazis were vegetarian. I mean, I don't even know where to start with this one. Because all those other bad people, no evidence whatsoever if they're vegan or not. Alright. We all pretty much know they all eat meat. Now, Hitler wasn't even a vegetarian. And if you don't believe me, look up bite-sized Hitler. Alright, vegan bite-sized Hitler. Something along those lines. And you should come up with an awesome video explaining pretty much what I'm saying right now and why he wasn't a vegetarian. But right here is pretty much just a rant on why it doesn't even make any sense. One person, alright? One person. Let's say they were vegetarian. One person would have done this. Out of all those other meat eaters that do all this, psychopaths, this and that. And let's get real. How many vegans do you know that would even think about committing these crimes? None. If you even know any vegans. It's just, I don't, where do you start with this? Where do you start with this? I just don't even know. One person has, some people think that just maybe he was a vegetarian. And you're just trying to catch a vegan on something that doesn't really, that's something that's all on the outside of the box. You're trying to get him on the outside of the box and try and destroy something that makes complete sense and you know it. It doesn't quite work. We know you've been resorting to some really bad things. If that's what your comeback is. Not to mention, when it comes to all those, the closest concentration camp, alright, they're out there today. There's a slaughterhouse nearby your house. Murdering animals every single day. That, alright, is not caused by veganism. And that is worse. That has more casualties than anything the Nazis have done. It's like 1 million or 1 billion, I think it's a few million land animals. I don't know if it's every second or I don't know how long it is, but it's just an insane amount of animals being killed every single day. Okay, and say 6 billion Jews, and you just can't even imagine that. There are billions of animals being killed just for you. And all you gotta do is move your hand from the real beef to the fake beef. That's all it takes. It's not hard at all. It's like the difference of driving to work and riding your bike to work. It's just not much at all. But it makes the biggest difference you would ever imagine. Now, I'm not even telling you you've got to go. I'm not even telling you you got to go vegan 100%, fruits, vegetables, that's it. I'm just telling you, at the very least, just make a couple little meals vegan instead of meat. That's all you got to do. The only people that don't really have that choice are people in Alaska that are living out there that have to hunt to eat and do all this stuff. But even then, they have to kill their animals. They gotta gut them. They gotta do all this and that. And they kind of chose to be there. So I disagree with the choice that they chose to be there and they do all this. But at least they are. They're not paying somebody to go and murder somebody else because you can't. Because you physically can't go over there and murder an animal cold blood and not think twice. Durian Rider has had this thing out here. So you give someone $10,000, I think it is $10,000 if you go up to the next animal you see and just eat it in cold blood. Don't cook it nothing, just like a carnivore would. And because you wouldn't do that, guess what? Shows that you're soft. You're either a soft carnivore or you're an herbivore. So, what is it? Anatomically, it's herbivore. So I don't know what you could possibly say to change that, what you could possibly think to change that, because it's true. All you gotta do is put down the excuses and just say, I don't want to be vegan. I would rather die than be vegan. I would rather get heart disease than be vegan. I would rather deal with the problems. Instead of going, oh, this. Because we have it all covered. Alright, it's okay if the first person you ask, you just say, okay, what about this? And let's say they don't give you answers, look it up. If you truly care, look it up. If you're really interested, look it up. And you probably should, just for the sake of your friend. Look at it and look around both sides. You can't just do one side. It never works. You gotta do both sides. And veganism will definitely show you exactly how it's wrong. Because there's so many vegans that are healthy and fit and all this. So basically, all I want you to do is make a couple meals and turn them into vegan meals. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. One day in the road, maybe be vegan for a while. See how it works for you. And it will if you do it right. But other than that, just make a couple meals.